One.
Hey everyone, this is Andrew again with Keller Williams Philadelphia, the Phillies key team. Today, right now, we're here with Chris, one of the managing owners of Lucky's Last Chance right on Main Street. Chris, you want to tell us a little bit just about yourself and the business first before we start talking about how you went through with coronavirus?
Sure. We opened up in 2011, so we're almost 9 years old at this point. Fell in love with Main Street and kind of decided we wanted to open up a business down here and wanted to do something that had a little bit of a vintage feel, but was just based on really good, simple comfort food.
Right, cool. And then what kind of foods do you guys kind of serve here?
So this is an easy one. We do hot dogs and hamburgers and a handful of sides to go along with those things. We're pretty straightforward with what we do. We don't do anything above and beyond that stuff. Old school Americana.
Cool.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and everyone likes the tater tots at Lucky's too. Everyone goes crazy. Do a lot of different toppings with them.
I wish we could take credit for more of that, but we do a lot of good toppings on them, so it makes it fun.
Yeah, for sure. And then, about with the coronavirus. So when you guys kind of first heard about it and the first things that were going on, what happened in the beginning? And then kind of, if you could go through like up until now, the whole process when you first heard up until getting into yellow phase where we are now.
So this whole thing has been a complete whirlwind. I've been doing this almost 25 years and never seen anything like it. The first concern for us was staff, and how do we keep our staff safe? And with this being, this virus being as contagious as it was, how do we serve food and how do we get things out to customers and keep them safe at the same time? At some point, human safety has to come before business and all the rest of those things. So we actually shut down for about a month. Things were changing so fast. Every day we were finding out new information, and I think the owners and managers here kind of just took a step of, let's stop for a minute, let's pause, and let's kind of see what this is evolving into before we try to make a decision to move forward. How do we, and then as we were coming back, it was the same thing. How do we do this in a way that keeps our staff safe, our customers safe, us safe? It's a really scary time, and as much as people share food as like a great thing, all of a sudden now this could be part of the problem.
No way, don't do it. Right?
So that was the biggest challenge for us, is just trying to figure out a way to do it safely, and taking a step back to let things calm down a little bit, I think helped us take a much more educated approach to how do we start moving forward again.
Right, yeah, and a lot of the restaurants, they're all trying to get that educated approach and really learn what they can do before just acting on it and moving really quickly.
It's the good thing for us is we've all done so much food training and food handling training and things along those lines. I don't want to say we're set up better than some of the other industries for this, but the stuff is so intensive. We have so many people on staff that are already trained with all these different procedures and gloves and all the rest of these things. So a lot of the things that now the rest of the world is doing are things that we've been doing in kitchens for forever.
Yeah, and
so it certainly made that learning curve a little bit easier. We had access to gloves and masks and things like that. Fortunately, like our purveyors were great and on top of those things early on. And quite honestly, that would have been a deal breaker for us if we got to a point that we didn't have enough masks or we didn't have enough gloves. We weren't able to open.
Yeah.
It was kind of that simple, regardless of whether we can even get food.
Right. So where are you guys at right now?
So after being closed for about a month, we started doing takeout very slowly at first, limited hours. Just wanted to get food out to the people and wanted to get some of our staff back, but we took it very, very slowly because we wanted to limit the number of people that were in the building. We wanted to limit the number of people that were around everybody and how close they were. So I think we started off like 3 days a week for like 4 hours and couldn't sustain the volume during those times. So have very slowly grown things since that point, and God bless our customers. They have been wildly supportive, despite the fact that sometimes we've had long waits and things like that. Like, everybody's been super cool about it.
All right, that's awesome.
And then today, starting last week, we actually just finally opened up for outdoor dining, which is another exciting step. We took our whole business, which we never really did much takeout before, and it became the only thing that we did. So we tried to become specialists at that. New boxes, new packaging, all those kinds of things to keep everybody safe, but also to preserve the quality of our food. And then last week we had to start to pivot back to what we were before, just a little bit, with allowing outdoor dining. And it was the most amazing thing ever, our first table was actually a table of really good regulars of ours.
That's
And I
perfect.
can't lie to you, after all of this stuff and how heartbreaking everything has been, and just, how emotionally exhausting it's been to see some familiar faces, and actually have a table to serve was like at least a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel for this thing.
Right.
So that was exciting. It was exciting first step, and hopefully we're on our way back to, getting back to where we used to be.
Yeah.
At some level,
definitely.
at least.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, everyone on the street and all communities really all over the states and the world really all have their fingers crossed. Definitely Lucky's is really excited to get back, and you can see there's a lot of pride in their food and their work and their drinks and craft. So everyone's just kind of staying tuned for that. And yes, thank you, Chris, so much. And we really appreciate you having some time for us and telling your
Excited
story.
to be here, and quite honestly, if there's one good thing that has come out of this, just as a byproduct, we've had more time to be creative in the last few months than ever. We've been running some amazing specials, and I think you're going to see a lot of new stuff from us after we get to finally open up inside. It's been such a cool time to spend time with staff and really just invest in what's next for us, what's the evolution look like, and how creative can we get with things. So we got some cool stuff lined up.
Cool. Do you have any specials that you can disclose to us right now, or still kind of working it out?
Candidly, right now we're working every day on putting out new burgers and new side dishes and new hot dogs and desserts and things like that. We're taking this time to run a lot of those specials, ideas that we've been working on, and run them as specials right now and see customer response to them so we can tweak them. So hopefully these things end up on our menu full time at some point. And quite honestly, it's been the neatest part of this thing, is just being able to have a little bit of time to get creative and do cool stuff, and hopefully our customers are into it, and I know our staff is. These guys are excited about everything that's coming out of our kitchen right now, and it's been a lot of fun. This part of it has been a lot of fun. The rest of it has not been.
Right. Cool. Well then, yeah, we'll look forward to see some of the new specials, and kind of you guys got forced to be creative, so Lucky's last chance, we'll have another chance, I guess.
Yeah, we'll be here. We'll be here when you come back, and hopefully greeting you inside soon enough.
All right, cool. Thanks again so much, Chris.
Thanks for having me.